Okay, seeing that it's 6 o'clock, I'm gonna call the wage and personnel meeting to order March 17th. Just a couple of announcements. The meeting is recorded by Zoom. Anyone interested in making an audio video recording of this meeting should notify the chair at this time. Items may be taken out of order at the discretion of the chair. And the wage and personnel board needs a third member to be appointed by the finance committee. If you're interested in joining the board, please contact the finance committee of the Board of Selectmen's office. The first item we have on the agenda tonight is our human resources updates from Tina Betty, Human Resources Manager.
So, the assistant director of the COA position has been posted. Been posted for at least a week or maybe a couple of weeks. The animal inspector just put through requests to police and to have on the Board of Selectmen agenda, reappointing, that person for the position.
No change on anything. Okay.
Open enrollment for benefits every year is April 15th to May 15th. We got our increased numbers at 6.75%. And this is the year, for the town anyway, this is year 3 of the 3-year plan to mitigate medical costs for the town and for employees. And so we are dropping 2 of the higher costing benefits plans with Blue Cross Blue Shield. And so the 2 remaining plans are kind of a low deductible benchmark plan and a high deductible plan, both with Blue Cross Blue Shield and an option of HMO or PPO on each. And so there's about 45 employees that have to change. Of the 2 plans that are leaving, is just town employees again. Schools aren't on board with that program yet. And you know, just doing different education initiatives leading up to open enrollment and trying to get people ready to make that change.
And what was the date on that again, the open enrollment?
It is April 15th to May 15th.
May 15th.
Yep. And then new rates kick in to paychecks June, and new plans kick in July 1. We pay 1.
Thank you.
Sure.
What,
Tell me.
what was the position in COA that we agreed with the previous director not to fill?
Program and something coordinator. Yeah.
It's still not filled.
Still not filled. At the time and then now, the assistant director position absorbed those functions as well as others. And now that the former assistant director is the director, that opened up that vacancy. And so my question got out.
And then since she had done the job before, and you know, and from everything I can tell quite well, so this new assistant director is coming in at what grade?
Grade 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I would think honestly that we would be less needy of someone with a lot of experience to come in that position. I think you know where I'm going. Okay, because I just think that we did exactly the right thing, which is homegrown our own COA director. She's excellent. And the staff supports her 100%. I'm starting to use the COA. So I can see some of the things that are going on. I'm very pleased with it. But at the same time, I think that's an opportunity to bring someone else in that you know, we don't need 15. I don't know what the job requirement is.
Right.
So
3 to
yeah.
5.
How much?
3 to 5.
3 to 5? Yeah,
Yeah.
I look more closer to 3 than 5. So I'm just trying to set expectations.
That's right, it's all about expectations.
You know, and I think honestly, the interaction I have with Holly, I can see that she is a mentor type person, and I think that
Good.
you get the right person in there that you know, you don't have the immediacy of the need, is what I'm trying to get at. I think you can, maybe, if there's some positions that I would look at to take a chance on,
Yeah.
that might be one.
Sure.
Because I think you'll grow the next superstar with something else. And that's really what my point is. It's not to save $5, it's to say, okay, you know, next person behind, the next person behind, the next person behind. So, you know, that's what I like. To do. So,
Succession planning is a big thing.
Mhm.
So, the townhouse starting July 1, which affects the department heads that are waiting for them, is moving to a 4-day-a-week schedule, temporarily at least, for, you know, trial basis.
Yeah.
And those hours are, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 to 5, Tuesday is still the 8 to 6, and then closed on Friday. So it's still 35 hours a week for the full-time employees. And as it is now, at the Friday schedule is 8 to 11:30, so it's limiting that and adding an extra half hour onto, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday.
what about not all departments?
It's just one for the townhouse, except for facilities.
So facilities is still here,
Facilities is still here.
and highways over there, and COAs over
Yep,
there.
the other buildings, haven't
Sales,
discussed
right,
that, yeah.
okay.
I mean, they have different hours anyway.
Right,
So, and any schedule changes that impact the union, we have to negotiate anyway. And so that was kind of the first, you know, PTU brought it to the town administrator. And then it was brought to the board of selectmen and we agreed to a temporary, or trial.
I watched it, I was
so
surprised.
how did they handle the KPU with some people being in the other buildings? and stuff?
PTU took the vote and they put through the ask for the townhouse.
Okay, interesting,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
So I just wanted to, respond, clear up a couple of things. So I can't remember if it was the last meeting, the meeting before that. Jim, you had talked about, the vets agent, the new hire vets agent having a Shine background, which she
Oh, yeah.
does. And I spoke with Holly, Director of Elder Affairs, about, what that might mean in terms of support we might need actually from a Shine. And there's no cost to the Shrine rep that comes in now, so there wouldn't be additional savings there. I think just additional support. So,
Yeah, no, my question, of course, was that, you know, when I remember that when we had the discussion, it was, you know, I wasn't looking necessarily to take anything away. I was looking for opportunity for the town to do.
Yeah.
And, so the Shine agent that comes in is supported by something. They don't do it for free,
Well, we don't pay them.
but it's done by somewhere.
Yeah, government.
Okay,
State.
and so all I wanted to do is make sure that, and I've taken advantage of the Shine
Sure.
agent. So, she's, mainly she's from the Cape area. My other advantage was that the Cape's a little different than up here from that standpoint. And what I mean by that is that the plans that they use, the benefits that they require, the hospitals that they use down there are not up here. And her expertise, when I dealt with her, was down there. So that's one of the other reasons why I was hoping that if we had somebody local in Duxbury, from the Duxbury area.
Yeah.
They'd have a little more understanding, which would give more support to our seniors here. So it's just from that standpoint. So nothing, the woman was wonderful. She gave me all the information I needed. There was no issue, but, in our case, to be totally honest with you, as it relates to this type of a thing, we went outside. So I went to a private insurer to get all my costs and so forth, because the way that it came across was we were gonna be looking more towards the canal, and I didn't want to look more towards the canal, I wanted to look north.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the reasons why I was kind of pushing it. So, you know, obviously it doesn't cost us anything, but it'd be great to have somebody there to answer a question. This woman who does come up is book solid.
Yeah.
I mean, solid.
Yeah.
For every time that I've
I'm sure.
been, so. But that was the purpose, so.
Yeah, there was no intent to disrupt anything. It was informational and.
And try it, and just to see where the cost came from.
Yeah.
And so,
Is
yeah,
there
I was
like-
kind of surprised because Keith didn't know anything about
Yeah.
it. And didn't even know.
Shine,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Over at the COA.
Yeah, well, the Shine, the whole program,
Sure.
and he didn't know, and I said, neither do I, so I said, but you're in a better chance to find out than me.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
how does it work? How do they get paid? What does the town have to contribute anything? And if so, can we take advantage of it?
yeah, I mean, my past life, where when I had Shine representation come to my former employers, it was tied to our employees that were going to retire or are retired.
Mhm.
And, obviously, when you're in a different industry, there's no connection just to seniors kind of a thing, and so, even at that point, we had, it's the Social Security office that supplies those representatives to come to your benefits fair, to come and sit, whatever, so yeah. And then, also wanted to get back, Jimmy had mentioned hearing at a meeting, that the office administrator for the water department was no longer gonna be, involved with the wastewater bills. So I did get clarification on that. I sent an email about it.
Mhm.
That isn't the case. They're still just as involved. So just kind of clarification.
Yeah, no, and I saw the email and
Yeah.
it was a sewer commission meeting.
Yep.
They said it,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, you did mention
yeah, and, so, we had just voted on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be totally honest with you, Tina, when it comes to this stuff, it's like, this last meeting, and I was reading the minutes of it, of the public, works director.
it.
If anything changes other than what I voted for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it up,
Sure.
because quite frankly, that's not what, if it's something I didn't vote for, I didn't approve it. If
Yeah.
I don't approve it, and that means we're split, if Lorraine did, just for argument's sake.
Yeah.
Which means it should move to town meeting. So,
I get it.
so, and that one was kind of iffy because we didn't get back from the study council yet what they want to do.
Yeah.
We put the
For
position,
DPW.
right, for
Yep.
DPW, so we put the
Yeah.
position out there based on job description
Right.
and based on the facts that we had.
Right.
So, that's kind of iffy territory,
Agreed. No, I
Yeah.
understand that.
but we didn't want to have you waiting here. That was the other argument.
Right, and, the town administrator is working to try to get the committee to finalize, wrap up, and all of that, so it's just not, I think it's more of a scheduling thing than anything else.
Do they anticipate showing up at, annual town meeting working for this?
I have no idea,
Okay, just ask.
Well,
them
we're,
questions.
we're gonna propose it as part of our
yeah.
town meeting warrant package, that it goes into the bylaw.
I think they were supposed to make a recommendation before. it's
So
selected. I
that's
think-
the reason my point of bringing it up
Right,
is
Right.
that, if we're gonna propose this during town meeting as part of the wage and personnel package, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
let's face it, this is not a great year to be talking about spending more money.
Oh, God.
And, so it's, I think honestly, every one of our decisions, I know that I made in talking to you and you, I'm solid. I did it for the good of the
Yeah.
town and I made
Yeah,
it.
I'm very comfortable
Yeah,
with every
But,
decision.
I do realize that there's some jelly over there around that position as far as what's gonna happen.
yeah, my understanding is the committee is gonna make recommendations to the board of selectmen and ultimately it's up to them to. I don't know, pressure or not, or wage, I don't know what their end result's gonna be, but, like I said, there's no status as of right now. to make the recommendation.
Well, they're gonna do it really soon. They should be doing it. I mean, how long has this been going on for months?
Not involved in it. so-
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know, I'm not beating you up, you're
No, I
not the
know, I
messenger,
know.
although sometimes you are, but not right now.
But we did ask that it get done before the end of January.
Yes, we
Okay,
did.
that was one of the things we did ask for, because we didn't want it just
For them to give you the.
For the study.
J and Q, the study, all that.
Right.
But that also meant with a direction.
Sure.
Okay, because why would we vote for a job if we didn't know what direction the town was gonna go in?
Sure.
That's right.
It was against my better judgment to do it.
Yeah.
But I did also see that if we didn't do it,
It could have been a year.
it would have been a year.
I think if and this is just my, top of my head, I think if the, recommendation goes through to not have it, then you take it out next year.
So I understand that.
Take it out on this, you can make an amendment on the floor.
Right, but you could also make an amendment on the floor if the final job is different than what we voted on,
Than what we voted on.
like that, so.
Because initially, I remember very clearly, they wanted to come in February. We asked them if they could please come in January so that we can do all this, and they went, yes, and that was that.
And
And here it is much. And here it is much.
And then
that's it. Okay.
the only other thing, and this is kind of just out there, so if it's discussion, or we can talk about it later. Where there is a fall town meeting, if wage and personnel is going to be entertaining any changes or possibly processes at that point. We're not discussing it, I'm just putting that out there.
Undefined, but,
Where there is going to be the fall town meeting,
yeah,
if wage and personnel is going to entertain any bylaw changes or big announcements. If needed.
Are there any reclassifications that you're hearing? That we didn't do yet.
There were a couple that didn't make it this far, and so those might still be being worked on.
Okay, and then would those reclassifications take effect after the end?
I think that's kind of what the discussion would need to be, like, when would it happen? Yeah, if it's worked at all,
wow.
and as well as other types of bylaw changes.
Again,
What would the date be? Is there a
is it
date?
still 130 days?
Well, I mean, the date of the fall town
Yeah, I
meeting,
think
we
there
would
is
need some
something
date.
pending.
Yeah, it's usually like end of October, beginning of November.
It's late.
Mhm.
Oh, the 19th.
Oh, is it on the 19th?
No, I mean, the last one was the 19th because it's on the bylaw.
It's on the ballot, there you go. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know, yeah, exactly.
So
Question.
April 26th is the annual one, and something, oh, here we go. Possible fall town meeting, November 18th.
I was not looking. November, okay, November 18th?
Yeah.
All right, because then I could figure out the deadline if you guys are interested.
So the first of August,
Yeah.
Well, I think
they're
we do it
about maybe
now.
middle of July.
November 18th.
Tentative.
Oh, yeah, we like that word.
But I know, but you had a question or something.
Yeah, I thought you were finished, but I apologize. I got the email on, discrimination,
Oh, yeah.
sexual harassment, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I didn't understand, signature required. That's all I wanted to make sure that
And actually-
nobody was required to
No, you
sign.
reminded me though, the department heads are going through a mandatory training the last week in March of respectful workplace type of training. There's a attorney coming in, not one of ours, but they do a presentation. I've used them for years. I've met him when I did the training courses at UCAB. And he's well received. He's not like, here's an PowerPoint. He makes it
I'll wait when
interactive.
we're done.
Right, so that's happening the last week.
Made no sense to me because I couldn't see anything that indicated it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but-
just get sent out every 2 years. I
Yes,
think
yeah.
it is, new hires get them obviously.
Yeah.
And then if there's any drastic changes. But my reminder came up, so I did it.
And I read it.
There you go.
And I read the content.
Well, it's funny, because you're not the only one that was like, do I have to sign this? I'm like, well, you have to read it.
There's a requirement that you have to sign.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean, if you don't have to sign it, that's fine.
Right.
If you do, then that's okay. All right, thank you. All right.
And anything else, Dan? Okay, all right, no other questions?
No, sir.
Still no one on our meeting, so I'm gonna continue then review draft FY 26 schedules A, B1, C1, C2, C3, and D.
Yeah, except for the entry level, okay, yeah. Yeah, he is not sued. Okay.
So Jennifer, my question is, because you pointed out the COLA wording, I think I needed to get you the COLA wording as to what that article normally is, and what the motion normally is, what the motion for the article normally is. No? Why am I giving this to them?
Oh, what do you think?
I know they asked me for the vote,
Who asked you?
Keith did,
Uh-huh.
and I had said it was 2-0, right? Because we don't have a third, you don't have a
I
third.
just had a note.
I did too. When I looked at it today, I was like,
Remember, they made the motion about the COLA.
Right.
And we had to go back and
yep,
and
the,
deal
Because that
with
is
Schedule
one.
C3,
Yeah.
and then it was decided that I would just go back and modify the original motion,
Yep.
and you asked me to send a copy of it.
yes, I did.
But I couldn't do that until I got the minutes done, because I wanted to make sure. So I sent it to you, but you didn't
So I
tell
have
me why
next,
you
I
needed
have,
it.
I have next meeting for, and the bylaw changes. That's what I have in my notes.
I don't, yeah.
Because we
I don't
discussed
know.
the 2%.
But I'm gonna go on a limb here and say if the board of selectmen's office needs something then for town meeting, they're gonna reach out to you.
Well, we have our meeting with them on the 25th.
Oh, that's true.
All right, so I mean, all we're doing tonight is just basically saying to the selectmen, here's all our paperwork for annual town meeting, we're fine,
Yeah.
we're fine. If you have any problem with it, March 25th, your final and last time to make any objection, correction, possible edit, friendly amendment.
Yeah.
That comes the 25th of March.
Yeah.
When we meet again in April, right before the meeting, if there's anything as a result of that, then we can totally finalize. So the April meeting will have to be early enough so that we can get the final paperwork back to the town. I'm not anticipating any changes,
Okay.
but I think for good practice, we ought to think about if we're gonna have an April meeting, we have it in the beginning of the month before the town meeting. So that if there are any, even just some language
You
changes,
mean after you meet with the board of selectmen?
correct, after the 25th of March, so sometime around that first week of April.
Yes, because for Tricia, I would just give her the handout
Yep,
to include in the board of selectmen's
Right.
package.
correct.
I think that's all that's normally gonna be needed, but,
Because we don't do the motion, and we
No,
don't do the
Tricia
numbers.
he uses the same motion
Right,
to amend,
right.
it's the,
This is
it's
it,
always the same article. in
Right.
the
This is
warrant.
it.
this is it, okay?
But in the warrant, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, only the motions are inserted by the selectman's office.
Right, maybe that I'm
And the
thinking about
numbers
the
from
description
Carol.
of the warrant article. Yeah, I mean, it's the same every year,
Yeah.
references the schedule, so I don't know why, you just asked me for it, and it was on my list of things to do. And
Sure.
I kept waiting for you to
I'm
ask
sure you're in the
me.
right, and I am just.
No, I
losing my head
guess-
as usual.
Now,
Yeah.
everybody's busy and everybody's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the biggest changes are A, that's all.
Yeah.
And, the rest of them are all as relates to the board. With the exception of signing of adding the employee position to the acknowledgement received from the bylaw.
Yeah, that's
So-
pretty good.
Well, did the schedules look all right to you?
They did, I went through them, I don't know,
How
if
did
Lorraine,
you-
did you? I
They
did,
looked fine. I didn't
Yeah.
see anything that jumped out and
Nope.
hit me.
because I looked at them, late this afternoon, like, come over.
Yeah, because we never changed, minimum and maximum on counselors, that's okay. Anything else went up to 2%.
Was there gonna be any change? It's not our purpose to change it, but, are there any changes forecasted in the meeting for stipends?
What do you mean?
Are there any, proposals that you know about in the Springtown meeting to change stipends?
I consider the bylaw?
Not my bylaw, the
Oh.
overall bylaw.
Oh, it's, that I don't know.
Okay. I just didn't know if there was
Yeah.
anything being spoken about.
No, I mean, I know
Just
there's been,
But you changed.
That's the only reason.
it's the elected officials, that is a separate article,
Yeah.
and so, you know, they're dealing with that money, but they're part of this, they were part of the study, so they kind of have a better guideline now. I don't know about the other elected official stipends. Yeah, I apologize about that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So no questions on the draft of FY 26 schedules A, B1, C1, C2, C3, and D.
Right.
No questions regarding the draft handout for annual town meeting.
None whatsoever.
So as stated, this will be our final paperwork that we will submit to the Board of Selectmen for our joint meeting on March 25th to go into the selectmen's packet.
Okay.
Okay,
So should I take off draft?
yes,
Okay.
and wage and personnel fine.
We can manage a person.
Wage, we just take draft off.
Okay.
Take draft off. Okay, and then, this way, if they have anything that they want to question, they can question it then. Okay, you know, one of the things that was interesting that I found having the meetings, the one meeting we had over the veterans benefit, veterans agent, was that they really don't have a big deep dive into some of the stuff that's in the list. So I hopefully they ask questions.
That's the questions, yeah.
So,
I did wanna, comment, Finance Committee, I represented wage and personnel, there's no issue there, just I figured you would wanna know that.
I saw it. You did a good job.
You got my salary.
I did,
You say that.
although you're a stipend, so I'm not sure.
Okay, anything else on that group of articles? Any
No, I'm
questions?
very comfortable, very happy.
Okay,
So I'll send it to Tricia and to Keith.
correct.
All right.
Okay, and then, just instruct, keeps it FYI, and Tricia is for the selectmen package, okay? I don't know when we are on that meeting, so as far as the agenda, I don't know if we're,
17, on the BOS
25th,
one?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she can give you a time because then they couldn't go to you, if, you know,
Mhm.
things move faster than.
Okay, email,
No, but I need to, post the board of selectmen.
okay,
Now, do you want us both at the,
I'm
The
going,
25th.
so it's up to you if you wanna
maybe
go.
maybe I will,
You know, it's up to you.
25th, that's a Friday night? No, that's April.
No, it's next Tuesday.
I know,
Tuesday.
okay, there it is,
All right,
BOS, okay.
Do you think you're going? Because if you're not going, then I don't need to post it.
Or even if you're online, maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, even if I'm online, maybe we should just
Okay.
post it.
Okay.
I'll post it that way, if I can do it at home, fine, if I'm at the townhouse.
Are you good? Are you good? Are you good?
I have no problem, I don't want. to.
why, is that,
So,
Tina, maybe you can answer my question, why do some of them have it online, but as an active meeting and some boards don't?
Which ones don't?
Capital planning,
They don't have Zoom.
I don't.
you have to watch it the next day.
Because someone was telling me they were watching from the live meeting.
Was it not on the,
On the agenda, they didn't list on.
I didn't look at the agenda, I typically just go to YouTube and all of a sudden they pop up. And they usually pop up about 15, 20 minutes beforehand, and that one didn't. And then I got tied off into something else and
Yeah.
then I watched it the next day.
I'm not aware of any that aren't, but,
But
I'm not
we would-
Similar
on
like
that.
school committees.
We wouldn't be live though. Our meeting isn't live.
We're not live.
Yeah, we're not live.
but people can join it.
You can join our meeting.
Yeah.
You could not join the meeting at capital planning.
We're live on Zoom,
Right, you can't just watch it.
On the
I don't
cable.
think they have Zoom.
No, they have it recorded. Okay,
but
so,
you're saying-
but I did not check the agenda. I was just surprised that capital planning was
I
not.
think that they have to
But,
because.
but as I said, agricultural commission pops up right before the meeting. Selectmen pop up right before the meeting.
Like-
That's how I usually watch them.
Like.
Yeah.
Well, so I will say.
In other
this,
words,
I
the
will
night
say
of the
this.
selectmen meeting, when they come on at 6 o'clock, at 5:45, all of a sudden, there's a banner on my YouTube page that says Kingston Town Selectmen meetings to
But
start
the
shortly.
cable company is broadcasting that meeting.
Correct, but I did not see it for capital planning.
So my
Is
understanding is,
capital planning a special committee that is like a working committee that doesn't require townhouse presence?
Nope.
so my
I don't know why we have a body
understanding is,
here.
The
PAC
Comcast does,
TV
yeah, PAC
only posts or only live streams whatever's in room 200.
Right.
And the rest are, you have to log in to see it.
Yes, because Kathleen will send the video of this meeting to
Mhm.
that TV
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah,
Capital planning is.
so maybe they are live.
Ah.
I don't know.
I just didn't look at the agenda,
Yeah,
but they were not on my feed.
Selectmen's office would know.
Well, I just gotta check the agenda. That's
Well,
all.
if you walk out to the wall, and, you know, they should be posted on the wall where they're at.
it's funny because I just got a thing from, today saying that the government prolonged the requirement to.
Okay. I was hoping you were gonna say that, 'cause I didn't, yeah. All right, well,
That's very good.
the, review and approve the minutes from February 10th. I looked at those. I didn't have any issues with them.
No, I have no
Um,
questions.
You had questions?
No, I had no
Okay,
questions. Just
um,
a lot of notes and.
Yeah, I thought it was a good meeting,
Yeah.
and I thought there were a lot of good questions asked and a lot of good points brought up, so.
And to Miss Jennifer's credit, she gave a very good minutes. Very well, yeah. It was a
Well,
full pager,
It
you
was
know?
at 7:30 meeting.
Yeah, I know,
7:38.
but you know,
Yeah, but it was well done. It was well crafted, so thank you for that.
So I'll take a motion to approve the minutes as written for February 10th, 2025 for the Wage and Personnel Committee.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Lorraine, yeah,
I'll
I'm
call the
sorry.
roll. Lorraine,
Yes,
Jim, yes.
I do this every time.
I try to really keep it smooth.
Yeah, I know, it's like, wow. After 20,000 years, I would think that the motion, you would think, you know, hey, that's okay.
All right, so let's discuss this date for April the 21st. Town meeting is when again?
26.
26, no,
And the 21st is a holiday.
Okay. so-
oh, I didn't know that.
21st on Patriots Day.
Yeah,
And they
Uh,
have Easter.
Oh, never mind. So maybe I just contact Tricia then about it.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
so,
So. You have a Kingston email, right?
Yes,
When you go into it, can you see the calendars?
no,
Okay. Because that's how I request them. I invite, or I put the location at a room and it tells the board of selectmen's office or whoever's running it, like, oh, you can have that, they can't have that, that kind of thing.
no, I usually send I always send
Gotcha.
an email to Kathleen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'd like to have that then.
you probably can, I just don't know how.
so you on Outlook?
For Kingston, but Tina's saying that she doesn't need to specifically request the room. It's not.
I request the room, but through an invite of
Right.
the Outlook calendar.
Right, so what I'm saying is it could be one of the apps on the Outlook calendar. All right,
Okay, so I will,
so looking at the dates, okay,
Right.
it's either gonna be April the 14th or April 7th. And you can get back to us,
I would say.
what can you do, go ahead.
The 7th,
Okay,
The
any other
14th?
day?
it's the 14th I can, the 7th. I
Okay,
have.
so 14th.
Well, I'm thinking though, it's Keith. He said he needed our handout at the beginning of April.
I'll do.
So if you're going to make changes, this April 7th is a Monday.
Any other day that week?
Or what about the week before?
Oh, wait a minute, it's not 1:30, it's 11:30. I can probably do the 7th, I just realized that.
April 7th?
April 7th, yeah, I thought it was 1:30 and it's not, it's 11:30, so I should be able to do that if you want to do the 7th.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
All right, can you give me an alternative date?
The 8th.
Okay, that works.
Or the 8th,
Right, okay,
Yeah, okay.
And again, only because if they're, I'm not anticipating any, based on the fact that, you know,
Yeah, I
what
didn't
they
see
did
it.
during the Veterans Day, they just don't take a deep of a dive. And, but, you know, I hope they do have some questions, because, you know, there's, you know, these meetings don't happen, like tonight's pretty quick, but normally they don't happen pretty quick,
Yeah.
especially when we're dealing with some of these positions, so.
So now Keith will need the numbers for our motion, so much comes from water, so much comes from sewer.
So I think,
That's good.
Kathleen's,
Yeah.
working on that or has.
Yeah.
Finance director,
I
yeah.
still miss.
All right, so do
IT
I need
related.
to remind Keith of that, do you think?
I would suggest you, or whoever works with Kathleen.
Oh,
Yeah.
ask Kathleen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, and tell her we'd like to have it before the meeting on March 25th.
Right.
So that it can be a supplemental piece of paper that we can add to our.
Before your
No, if I'm not mistaken, she's usually been ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Carol has, yeah.
Well,
Remember,
this is
Carolyn is
Kathleen's
gone.
first year,
Oh,
but
oh.
she knows, she's been breaking it out after
Gotcha.
so long anyway, so.
Gotcha.
Because I think Keith has the general number for wage and personnel.
Yeah.
Based on what he said, this would be needed for the motion to town meeting.
Where the funds are coming from.
Right, so I don't think you would need it by the 25th. Why would you?
We have it.
I would, yeah,
All right.
personally, I'd like all the stuff done. By when we walk out of the selectmen meeting, if there's a little language that needs to be replaced and so forth, done. I don't wanna present numbers after we've met with the selectmen and you get to the town meeting
Okay.
and it's a surprise.
Well, I will also send her the handouts. so she
Absolutely.
knows what you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay,
Mhm.
and then this way, at least, we've done our part as far as, what's required.
All right,
Okay, so she's gonna, Jennifer will get back to us on the 7:30,
yes,
okay?
Yeah.
Um,
and we're still scheduling the later in the month, April 17th
no,
or 10th, oh, okay,
no, this is be our April meeting,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, because the 21st is the holiday.
Right.
We're
so
gonna be
there's no
back.
reason for us to have another meeting in April unless you have something that you know about that we need to worry about.
No,
So,
just wanted to make sure we
Yeah.
had where
Yeah.
are we coming?
okay,
And this way,
so,
if something comes up on the 7th, and we still have a little time.
Yep.
A little bit of time.
Yeah, because if he said he needs to hand out first week in April, it's still kind of in that window.
yeah, no, that's fine. I can't see him, and plus, when he gets it, it'll be fine, it's just gonna assemble the copy.
Yeah.
It's not like he's gonna make a ton of changes to it, it'll be done.
But you may have to fool around with it.
I just still remember the compensation study and it's just traumatized me.
Well, and that's honestly why I like to come out of the select meeting when you don't.
Because I'm like, I don't remember.
I remember it.
But truth be told, all I remember is when it came in here and went, make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and we're gonna have to have a conversation in 48 hours.
Right, make it work.
Make it work.
Did it get challenged? I don't remember.
No, it did not get
No.
challenged, but
I don't think so.
people questioned. People questioned, but I don't think it was anything disruptive or people were more upset about, well, not people, but sometimes people got very upset about the pot permit more so
Oh, right.
than all the other stuff. So, it,
And the
and that's
last,
okay.
the last couple of years, hasn't legal personnel's thing been part of the consolidated?
Yeah.
Consent
Yes.
agenda.
The consent
Yeah,
agenda.
yeah.
Yeah, you
So that
can
was
say
good.
that. Yeah, you can say this, okay? But again,
And you want to be fair.
yeah, well, and also, we've got some reclass positions, we've got some money, we've got some things, and I totally get it.
If you have, ask any question you want. If we don't have the answer, we'll make sure you get one and that's the end of that.
So,
It's a good thing.
okay, anything else, for the good of the group?
No,
Okay, any other topics not reasonably anticipated to be discussed 48 hours in advance of this meeting?
No, but I'll copy Keith on the email to the finance department, so that he knows that we asked for it.
Yep, that's fine, that's fine.
okay.
Okay, I'll take not seeing any questions or any other discussion?
Wait, what, did you guys do it?
Yes,
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Okay,
I guess so.
We had done a lot of it last meeting,
No, I
so
know.
we're
You
just
sure the
kind of.
handout is all set? I didn't make any mistakes?
Nope,
You
nope,
checked.
I did read it. I promise you I read it.
Okay.
Okay,
And
and,
when I'm reading a sentence and it stops, then I'll let you know.
mhm,
And it's like,
And everything in Schedule A, the assistant animal control officer,
Yeah.
that was all right.
yeah, because I saw how you did it, and I saw, and
You
it
checked
tied in with, the first,
Okay.
this.
for such a minute.
And, yeah, the groups for those two new positions. The superintendents, I think, were in supervisory, so the public works director is in supervisory.
Mhm.
Okay, fine, all right.
Okay,
Well, I will then take a motion to close the meeting of the wage personnel at 6:40 on March 17th.
so moved.
And I'll second it, and then I'll ask for the vote. Lorraine?
Faith in the Brewery, yes.
And Jim, yes. Thank you.